Head coach Steve Alford came to Albuquerque in hopes of invigorating an anemic program. After 8 seasons as the head coach at Iowa, he was ready for a change he would embark on with someone familiar by his side. RG Mignatis takes the story from here.
Timing is everything.
It's been a blast. This is our 4th year together, and I think, it was the right decision.
After nearly 20 years apart, Lobos head coach Steve Alford and assistant coach Neal are back together as teammates.
We're different. I'm kind of the wild one. All right, everybody says I'm the wild one. I'm the more extrovert. He's more introvert. But we play good cop, bad cop. So it's worked that way. But I think it's just because of our friendship. I know what he's thinking, but at the end of the day, I know he's my boss.
The first time Alford and Craig met, it was in a gym in a small town of Washington, Indiana. They were in 3rd grade.
My dad and his dad knew each other just because they were in the coaching profession. Both of them were high school coaches.
His dad was from my hometown, and his grandparents lived in my hometown where my dad was the coach. So it was kind of a coaching fraternity because everybody in Indiana knows who the coaches are.
They grew up where basketball was a way of life in Indiana.
That's just what you did. I mean, there wasn't a lot to do, so you just kind of went to the gym, open gyms, and played basketball.
I lived in a town of 18,000 and our gym seats 10,000. So you can imagine the excitement around basketball.
We've kind of taken the passion and love for the game from our fathers, and we saw how much it meant to them and how important it was, and it was a way of life back there. So I think that's where we've got a lot of our passion.
They learned from 2 of the best, their fathers who were also their coaches.
I learned the fundamentals of how he stressed fundamentals, that the art of the correct pass, the art of fundamentally, mechanically shooting the basketball the right way. So I learned all those things and then kind of wove in my own personality of how to play.
As a coach and a father, it was great. He was skilled, he was a very good basketball player, and he wanted to play.
You're looked at at a different level. You're looked at that, maybe you get benefit of the doubt, but you really don't. It's doubly hard on you. Expectations are double than what the other players are.
Very enjoyable to coach because he's very coachable, plus very talented, and we were successful with the 4 years that he played.
Their senior year in high school was the first time they played on the same team as Indiana All-Stars.
It was like a dream come true because that's all we talked about, and that was a pretty amazing Indiana All-Star team. We had 12 guys on that team. All 12 went major Division I.
I thought he was by far one of the best shooters in the country.
He played the game very fast. He had great speed, great court awareness, really understood the game. I enjoyed playing with him because he always knew how to get me the basketball, and we had an awful lot of fun with that.
Now they're having fun coaching their own team.
As Coach Alford and Coach Craig lead the Lobos here at the pit, these 2 lifelong friends are out to do what their fathers did, build a basketball legacy.
It's fun because we're looking forward to it. I mean, we're looking forward to the challenge. This is a wonderful place. I mean, Steve and I, we wake up every day and we're very fortunate. We got great fans, we got great facilities. It's a basketball hotbed similar to what we grew up in.
And for part of the season, Sam Alford and Stan Neal make the trip from Indiana to Albuquerque to do what they love most.
We have a lot of fun together, and Stan and I are smart enough to know that we're old men now. And it's nice to have sons that take care of you a little bit and pamper you a little.
That was a giveaway. That's just a giveaway.
It doesn't matter how much time has passed. Once a coach, always a coach.
We can be critical, and I'll take a few notes once in a while and kind of slip it under the door, or jot it down so I know where they'll pick it up. But we're probably more concerned about how, if they're playing well or whether they're winning or not, rather than thinking about the kids. But it is a special time.
You really haven't retired. You still bleed when they bleed, and you still get excited when they get excited. So from that standpoint, retirement is you're not down there on the bench, but that doesn't mean you still aren't 100% involved in it.
Their sons are forever grateful for their sacrifices.
I would have never made it out of Washington if it wasn't for my father. I wouldn't have been able to reach the success I've had in the game if it wasn't for him pushing as hard as he did.
And they hope to continue the Indiana basketball tradition in New Mexico.
Our hope is that we would be able to do the things we want to do here in the Southwest, but then you can be in Washington, D.C. and be at a restaurant and somebody says New Mexico, and they'll know what New Mexico is by what our basketball is.
Alford and Neal strive to lay the foundation in a place that has all the ingredients. In Albuquerque, R.G. Manatas for The Mountain.